Welcome to KicksGaming. This is PapaKicks. Today we're going to discuss what is possible depending on your dungeon gear, so you can go into dungeon challenges with the right expectations. To start, it's important to note that these challenges are not designed for everyone to get 15 stars. If your gear is low level or not the right epic set, it might not be possible for you to get 15 stars. This is by design. 15 stars is for the endgame players. There will be challenges like Boss Hunt where everyone has a fair chance. Dungeon challenges are not one of them. You may or may not like this design, but I look at it as permission to not get 15 stars every day. It's okay to fail once in a while. It's also designed to reward those who put in time and effort to get the best gear possible. So let's take a look at a recent challenge and see what was possible based on your gear. Please note my gear levels are set to ensure that we are comparing the sets properly by having the exact same stats. Sniper required 384,750 damage in 2.5 minutes for 15 stars. If you go into try mode, you can see what Sniper is capable of for DPS. I use try mode often to test things. It works easy and well. For common gear, we get about 6,500 DPS. We would need almost 1 minute to reach the goal of 384,000, giving us 1.5 minutes to level up. It is doable, but it will be a challenge. Pun unintended. 114,000 or 10 stars is much easier, requiring just 17 seconds on the boss. As long as you have high-level common gear, you will earn 10 stars for this challenge. Dragon gear. For today's challenge, dragon gear works just fine. You will only need 30 seconds to reach 15 stars, and only 8 seconds to reach 10 stars. Kraken gear. Only 10,000 DPS. Normally Kraken gear would be much higher DPS than dragon. But if we analyze how the Kraken set works, we can see why it fails Sniper. Kraken spawns a tentacle that deals 60% of our base damage 3 times before disappearing. This gives us a nice 180% damage boost. But Sniper gets a 300% bonus damage for being at maximum range. So if you look at our video here, we can see that we're hitting for 936 per arrow, but the tentacles are only hitting for 188. What gives? It's because the tentacles also get a 300% bonus for being at range. But because the tentacles are on top of the boss, they are not at full range, therefore only giving us 60% of our base damage, not the boosted, which is roughly 312 damage. For better or worse, this is working as intended. If the enemy was to move away from our tentacles, which is not possible, their damage would increase, at least until they got out of range. Each gear set behaves pretty consistently with the vast majority of hunters. But every set has a couple of hunters that are greatly boosted and a couple of hunters that are greatly weakened. But when we analyze them, it usually makes sense, like Sniper and Kraken. The best set for Sniper is definitely Yeti, with 16,000 DPS. Yeti is very consistent, adding an almost perfect 150% extra damage on almost every hunter. Yeti is a fun set, combining utility with the highest damage for most hunters. It is a great endgame set and worth the grind. So hopefully this will give you some insight into what is possible for daily challenges with your current gear. If you have high-level Epic, Kraken, or Yeti gear, you have a very good chance at 15 stars for most challenges. If you fall short, then you need to look at your strategy, your perk selections, or perhaps the challenge wasn't possible to begin with, which has happened a couple times. If you are wearing Dragon or Common gear, 15 stars will be difficult usually. Thankfully 10 stars is easily achievable with all of the gear sets, including just Common gear. All said and done, I think these challenges are pretty well designed. They are rewarding the endgame players appropriately, but still letting new players make good progress. It might take you a little while longer to unlock Samurai or your favorite skins, but keep grinding and you'll get there. Speaking of gear, there's a sale right now for cheap Yeti Gems. If you don't have common Yeti gear, buy it and get yourself a full set of Yeti Common. This is the best way to start your grind towards epic gear. It is cheap to upgrade and gives you great stats for the comp. What do you think of the daily challenges? How could they be improved? What do you enjoy about them? Sound off in the comments and I'll see you next time. PapaKicks out.